went through over 100 new sets coming out this month and narrowed it down to the ones that could be interesting for adults. Some are unofficially for us, and some we can keep in mind as a gift. I've built a few of these, and well, let's say that I'm still working on one of them. I might have been a bit too busy playing this thing, which we'll definitely get to. This is not an official list, and these are just my thoughts, so let's see what's worth buying, what needs to wait for a sale, and what we can probably pass on for now. This 1-foot-tall Darth Vader minifig is exactly what it sounds like. The posability definitely won me over, even though it's a bit limited, but he's the perfect size to keep around without being annoying about it. The details look great, pretty much what I expected, and it is neat seeing how he stacks up next to a regular minifig. Granted, it's $100, but that does sit about right given how many pieces it has. Next we have a helmet of one of the characters in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. The design is pretty good here, and with the side-by-side we can see that they nailed the look and feel. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I can't imagine his character has that much of an impact on the movie. I mean, maybe he does? And given that, I would wait for a sale unless you're the type to have Imperial Remnant ATRT mugs in your kitchen cabinet. I mean, first of all, that would be kind of cool, and you would probably want to pick this up. And now I kind of want a mug of this guy. Okay, you gotta check this out. Finally, we have one of my favorite gaming consoles of all time in Lego form, the Sega Genesis. It's here, and it's very tiny. When I first saw images online, I thought they were made up, but this mini console is the real deal. It's less than 500 pieces for everything you see here and can probably fit in the palm of your hand. I'll probably pick one up myself because I can't control myself when it comes to retro gaming stuff, but I would say to pass on this. As much as it hurts to say that, this could have been so much cooler. Sega needs more love in this space. Okay, something that I'm not bummed about, we have a brand new Lego Batman video game. It just came out, I've been playing for the past couple of weeks, and I've gotta say, it's good. I'm a huge Batman fan, and the Arkham series is one of my favorite video games of all time. The combat here borrows from that pretty heavily, but it is a little simplified. It's a game that you can play entirely co-op, and the whole thing is just a love letter to Batman. We have comics, cartoons, movie references from every era, and even a bunch of Lego sets are included here. I can highly recommend this one, and I'm not the only one. Based on other reviews and what gamers are saying about it, this is definitely a home run. Okay, back to physical Lego sets. From the Lego Ideas line, we have Snoopy and his doghouse. It doesn't really get much more iconic than this. Overall, it's very recognizable and does look like it's pulled straight out of the comic series. From what I can tell, the design is very clean except for these gaps around Snoopy's snout, and this is definitely a nitpick. It's something we can't get around with how the pieces are designed, but if you squint really hard, they kind of go away. It does not take away from the set, and if you're a fan of the series, I'm sure you already have made up your mind, but I would say that this would be a great pickup and it would look great on a shelf. I know there's a lot of botanical fans out there, and this time we're getting something completely different. We have a bunch of woodland mushrooms. Like any other botanical set, they did an excellent job on the design here. Most of it looks pretty realistic. I honestly don't know if I can fully recommend it, so I would say to wait for a sale, but if you want to build something different and something unique, then yeah, this might be it. If you build city setups, modular buildings, or bust out the winter village every Thanksgiving like we do, this vintage train would fit right in. I'm definitely digging the vintage design, but just know that it's expensive, and like most other Lego trains now, the stuff that powers it up costs extra, which I know can be pretty annoying, but I'd rather give you a heads up so that you don't find out otherwise. Moving on, we don't see streetcars or trams from Lego too often, so this one is nice to see. If you have like a beachfront setup in your city, this would be perfect to add to it. I do love the character that we have in this design. There's a lot going on here for what it is. And of course, every Lego city needs a car wash, and this is a good one. We do have some interactivity built in, which is excellent, and that colorful look plays nice within a city block. Maybe less so with modulars though. I don't know if this would be compatible, but I mean, car washes do look like this. And if you want to add some variety to your scenes, this mountain bike adventure van throws in 2 bikes and some helmets. Nothing too crazy going on here, but I mean, it would still fit in. Now, I can definitely tell you that this pizza delivery set won't blend in with modulars, but parked by other buildings, it could work as an outdoor pizza place. The little arcade tucked in does take me right back to begging for quarters at Pizza Hut when I was younger. But memories aside, this is loud and vibrant, but maybe that's the character that your city needs. Speaking of loud, this Lava Land roller coaster is a pretty cool theme park. Every city needs an amusement area, and this could be cool for the family. And I usually skip the Creator 3-in-1 sets, they're not really for me, but my wife loved this Ferris wheel. In this one, you get 3 different rides for your amusement park. This way, you can switch things up a bit. For those into the hobby, you know that construction sets can add a nice layer of realism to a city or even a modular building setup. Like kind of have your crew fixing something nearby, and it's nothing flashy, but it can pull the whole scene together. And I know that a city is not the only LEGO hobbyist thing out there. Maybe you've got a Harry Potter classroom scene going on. And if you do, these herbology plants can add an extra layer of detail. This one I'm not so sure about. I doubt many adults have a full Fortnite setup, but this supply drop scene does have a ton of color, and honestly, it's got some solid design work. I'm not deep into the Fortnite stuff, but LEGO does these pretty well. And super quick, as always, here's some gift set ideas for under $100. If you or anyone in your family is a fan of Harry Potter, this house crest could be a good pickup. It's something you could easily put on a shelf. There's not too much going on with this passenger jet from LEGO City. You could add it to your airport, and it could be a good way for the young ones in your family to learn how to build. This is like more on the simpler side. And we have a super bizarre one here. This tomato head from Fortnite is crazy looking, but I've got to say that the hidden scene inside is pretty cool. I would probably gift this to one of my nieces or nephews, and it's also less than 20 bucks, so there you go. Moving into the $100 to $200 tier, we've got another dinosaur fossil headed our way. It's a follow-up to last year's amazing T-Rex. That was the first thing I built on my other channel, and that thing is amazing. With this Triceratops, you can tell by its size that it's fossils on a budget. It is nowhere near that of the T-Rex, and I was surprised by how small it is. Definitely not the same experience as the other one, but I mean, it's kind of there. If you're into fossils or Jurassic Park, it's a good pickup, and I think it'll fit a lot easier on your shelf as well. Okay, check this out. After all these years, we finally have a set from Shrek. I was never a huge Shrek fan myself. I mean, I didn't mind it, it just wasn't totally for me, but this character is still pretty iconic after all these years. The characters included definitely make sense, and this will make for a cool display if you're a huge fan. Nothing seems too out of line with me with the pricing or what you get with this, so I think it's a decent pickup. Okay, now I was surprised by this, but last year's Ninjago Dragon really surprised me. I loved that thing. This year we have another display set, this crazy looking 4-headed dragon battling this other insane beast. They do a great job on the design of these, and if you're into building mechs, this could be for you. $200 is a lot for any LEGO set, but these are interesting to put together. If it's your kind of thing, there's a lot of fun to be had here. And just like last year, there's also a complimentary mech build, and this time we have 2 of them. I think the contrasting blue and red designs look great, and overall the design looks fantastic. We're also getting a Technic build this month of the Dodge Charger from Fast and the Furious. I think the front of it looks pretty good, and this is a limitation of Technic design, but the side profile just isn't doing it for me. Overall, I would say that the design is a little bit too messy for me personally. I'm also not a huge Fast and Furious fan, so I'm going to mark this one as a pass. But if you're a huge fan, it's still something to keep in mind. Maybe these flaws wouldn't matter to you as much. Okay, now you never know what's going to be releasing from the LEGO catalog, and I never would have thought that we would see a road bike come our way. This definitely is not for me, but I can appreciate the design on this thing. I mean, look at this. They did an excellent job on it, and it's pretty huge. I also like how it has such a smooth look to it. It's actually very well done. Because it's such a niche item, it'll most likely go on sale relatively soon in the LEGO space, so I would say to wait for a sale unless you're a diehard road bike fan. There's no rush on this one, but I think you gotta really like this stuff. From the architecture line, we're getting New York City, and this time they're trying something totally different. It's not the first time they've tackled this 3D postcard sort of look, and this time we have a giant apple behind the skyline. The design itself is fine, but I'm personally not a fan of how they're doing this. I feel like it kind of takes away from the city and the whole spirit of LEGO architecture. I feel like it's just kind of doing a bit too much. Personally, I would pass, but it might be your thing, and there hasn't been much chatter about it, so it might hit a sale before long if you're tempted. Okay, I kind of randomly stumbled across this set. It's from the LEGO Chinese Festivals line, and I thought it looked interesting from what I saw. LEGO buildings are always fun to put together, and every scene that I see packed in here looks great. I don't think you need to be a fan of the series to enjoy something like this, and it could look cool on display. It could even look pretty good in a LEGO city. We had the vintage train earlier in this video, but this harbor freight train would add even more realism. It's cool that it's got a crane for moving cargo boxes around, and like the other one, you'll buy the additional parts to make it move separately. But it's not as steep on the price for what you get. And you don't always see LEGO construction stuff over $100, but here we get 2 vehicles plus a little office on the side. I do love the size and chunkiness of these, and they're surprisingly interesting to build even as an adult. Nothing super special here, but it's still solid. We are getting another Harry Potter book nook, and this time it's Dumbledore's office. This one looks pretty cool too, and it might sit better off to the side of a Harry Potter setup, but if you're into book nooks, this is something to keep your eye on. But if you do have a Harry Potter setup going on, this Nocturne Alley and Wizarding Shops would fit pretty well. It is compatible with another set, so you can line up more shops. And I've got to say, I love the colors and design overall, but it is expensive for the size, so maybe wait for a sale. But from what I see, this looks good. This might take the trophy for the craziest set this month, but we have this Rave Cave from Fortnite. We've got this giant pink bear with a railway theme park ride that's just like bursting out of his mouth, and when you flip it around, the inside scenes bring the rave to the party. The price is pretty high for this one, so you've got to love Fortnite. Now, if you're starting to collect the Fortnite figures like that weird banana that we had a year or two back, we have this mech that's driven by a cat. It is totally random, but it looks decent. It's just over $100, so it could make for a good gift, but just make sure that they're into these type of builds or this character. Oh, and we do have one more for the Harry Potter hobbyists. LEGO's been dropping these Harry Potter modular sections for a while, so you can slowly build a giant Hogwarts. It's a massive project, one that I will not be taking on, but the diehards have got to have it. Okay, time to move into the big sets. Disneyland is turning 70, and to celebrate it, we are getting a Main Street USA set. It's got that open back Winter Village type design with the slim storefronts up front and then the condensed interior when you flip it around. And for Disney fans, this is absolutely packed with Easter eggs. It's almost 4,000 pieces, which is similar to those Disney Castle sets, and it's just kind of weird to me because it doesn't look like it at all. And that's going to put the price around $400. And I know that's very expensive, but if you know that your family's going to be into this, you know it's probably a pickup, but I would still wait for a sale. On the Marvel side, we're getting another SHIELD helicarrier this month. The design seems to be a bit more refined now, and if you love the movies, 3,000 pieces will keep you busy with the films rolling in the background. This one also hits $400, and I think it's pricier than I expected for what you get, so I can't recommend it unless you have to have it. And of course, the star of this month, we have another Lord of the Rings set. This time we have Minas Tirith. It's over 8,000 pieces, which is insane. I am still in the middle of building it, and it's been an overwhelming project, to be honest. But in a good way, I'm taking my time with it. But what makes this set special is that it's a mix of 2 different scales. We have micro scale for the tiny, intricate buildings that you see in the front. But when you flip this thing around, we have a throne room that's at minifigure scale, and that's what we're usually used to. I definitely would have picked this up anyway. It is $650, and as a heads up, there is a gift with purchase. We have some orcs here that are trying to cause some trouble, so if you're into this, it's something to consider while they still have some in stock. This isn't a review, but I can already tell you that it's been worth it, and I can recommend it for sure. And that's all we have for this month. I hope this video was helpful. I have a couple of videos that you may enjoy on the screen, and until next time, I'll catch you in the next one.